Hello and welcome to Steve Knows. It's time for the weekly news update, and it has not been the most eventful week, but it is certainly packed full of drama, and there are some things to look forward to from Quest games and new Quest features. We have much to go over, so I think there's enough chin wagging. Let's get started. So let's start with the drama. Meta recently released the Quest version 77 update. It's been out for a couple of weeks now. There had been some drama, just like the version 76 update where they had released a battery saver mode and that had propagated a ton of problems for people. We've got some more issues in version 77, and again, Andrew Bosworth had confirmed it had shipped with known bugs. Despite the pledge that we saw in his previous AMA to improve quality control, he said we will do what we can. We will do what we can and not ship broken stuff, and yet it has happened. So developers started reporting in version 77 glaring issues during the public testing channel phase, the whole point of the public testing channel phase. So they found things like the audio crackling, audio cutting out when you switch to pass-through mode, video decoding errors, and other media codec problems as well. But these were still present in the official release of the version 77 update, even though the devs had complained and told them about it. Guy Godin, being Guy, I loved this when I saw it, he did not hold back. And he called Bosworth out on Twitter saying, "Good job ignoring all the reports during PTC and pushing your update anyway." And as a fellow Brit, I absolutely love the sarcasm and passive-aggressive nature of this statement. So during an Instagram AMA, people asked, "Why is everyone upset with you on the Bird app, Bosworth?" Being X. And he admitted the problems were identified in this release in advance, but said for reasons I can't get into, we had to roll it out anyway. Meta is working urgently to fix them, and some fixes actually involve firmware updates from Qualcomm. And he reiterated responsibility for the errors, holding his hands up, acknowledging quality control is not where it should have been. It's like Meta want constant distrust from those that make it its money. I'm missing Carmack at this point, but even then, Carmack did complain about how often he was ignored when he raised problems and wanted certain improvements. Maybe Bosworth is dealing with the same thing, just isn't publicly sharing it. But enough of the sad news, I want to get on to something that we can get excited for. So, speaking of new updates, let's look into the future a little bit more. This is something Luna shared, the legend that is Luna. In April, it was mentioned that emotes were dropping for our avatars, but in a recent finding, there was a string that said that you can upload a video that will capture some body motion of your avatar based on that video, and it will apply it as an emote to your avatar. So it looks like this feature is actually being tested. You can upload a video, movement data will be captured and used, so your avatar will move in some sort of custom fashion based on your movement in the video. They said for the best results, use a fixed camera and a real person, and I wonder how detailed the emotes are actually going to be. How well is it going to translate the movement? Can I do a backflip, for example? I can't do a backflip, but if I wanted to, could I? Luna also showed a 274p quality video, so apologies, but the gist of this is the new navigator feature that will allow you to navigate your menus more like a mobile phone or a tablet at the moment, where you can create folders, custom folders that will group certain applications together. A folder for shooters, a folder for media, a folder for screaming kid games with a password lock in it so no one can ever play them. And speaking of that, it would actually be kind of cool if you could lock these folders. Like, no, that's dad's. Leave that one alone. You guys need to let me know. You one of those people that live in the chaos, or do you organize your mobile applications? I am a pure chaos person. My wife recently did some organization and now I can't find anything. This is a gaming channel, so we need to discuss games now. And I'm going to start off with Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic that just launched but didn't release with VR support. But they have told us VR is a feature that is coming in the future. It sounds a bit like a tongue twister. VR is a feature that is coming in the future. We just have to wait. Set in the Creepy Murray's costume manner, the game pits you against shape-shifting animatronics this time, and you have to create some makeshift tech to escape its clutches. Five Nights at Freddy's fans, don't panic, it is coming. And, you know, VR just takes the horror experience part of this game, it just takes it to a whole new level. VR horror is insane. Now onto a rather intense looking game called Reach, a new action-adventure title with acrobatic traversal, a grappling hook, I'm here for that, and fast fluid combat leveraging a bow and some pew-pews. The title was built by a great team that developed Synapse, if you've played that, who actually understand VR, so they have stated that they have introduced ways of reducing motion sickness using certain techniques. so the fast-paced nature of the game doesn't become too intense for people if you don't have your VR legs yet. Reach is set to launch later this year on Quest, PlayStation VR 2, and PC VR platforms, and if it hits as well as it blimmin' looks, woo! If a game has me sat at my desk at work like, I just want to get home and play, then you're on to a winner. So the next one, I actually missed it because I wasn't doing YouTube. My dad had recently passed away. But a couple of big, huge VR announcements happened. The first being Thief VR, a partnership of Vertigo Games and Maze Theory, both studios known for taking franchise titles and bringing them into the VR space. We had Doctor Who, Peaky Blinders, of course Metro, although this is Rotterdam Vertigo doing this game, not Amsterdam Vertigo. And yes, there is a difference if you weren't aware. If you've never played a Thief game before, the name gives much away. It's about traversal and of course it's about stealth. Very fitting core mechanics for the VR medium. And I just really like it when we get a big name behind a game with big studios, because it often means extra resources are being thrown at it. We also get the knowledge of these studios that they've built up over the years. Often we get at least a average game, and in VR, you know, sometimes I'll take average because we get a lot of crap. The next game is Deadpool VR. We had DC Batman. It's time for Marvel. And this game is actually from Meta in partnership with Twisted Pixel, a studio I love because they brought me the beat-em-up game Path of the Warrior that I loved. There is no Ryan Reynolds in this title. He will not be voicing Deadpool. Should we get an impressionist so they can pretend they are Ryan Reynolds? No, we need Neil Patrick Harris. Okay. He has his moments of sounding like Deadpool and other times it's just nothing alike. But the whimsical, violent gameplay style with the cel-shaded visuals, this game trailer tickled my pickle. The sarcastic commentary just gives me life. In the trailer he says, Spider-Man gets Insomniac, and I get this shit. This game is expected to be released later this year, probably, I suspect, one of those holiday titles to try and push sales over Christmas. We're talking about Ilysia now, so free games we like as consumers, although free games have been a bit of a negative in the VR scene recently for reasons discussed in previous videos. You can do a whole video on it. The VR MMORPG Ilysia, which has been in early access on Quest and Steam now for a bit, is moving to a free-to-play model this summer. So Team 21 will give you access to the new levels 11 to 20 that weren't in the early access, with early adopters who actually paid for the experience, the early access experience as well, receiving a founders pack where you would get exclusive cosmetics, a unique glider, and some commemorative in-game titles. So good to know that we're getting a free game, but I just do feel for those that just purchased it. So if you're thinking about it before the summer hits, purchasing this game, you might as well wait. Don't spend your money, you might as well wait, and it's going to be free. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Coming to hang out with Steve. Please hit subscribe. God, I might just reference myself in the third person. It's so embarrassing. I could edit that out, but, you know, let's be transparent. Please hit subscribe. It'll be your good deed for a good day, and I hope there was something here for you to get excited for. But more importantly, have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day!